Hello, my name is Leah, and this is going to be my persuasive speech. And in this speech, I will be talking about why everyone who is eligible should get the COVID vaccination. And the reason why I'm arguing this, and this is going to be my call to action, is because if those who are able to get vaccinated should get vaccinated because it will decrease their chance of getting COVID, it will decrease their chance of transmitting COVID to everybody else, and it will increase their chance of keeping their job, and not risking termination. Now, before I get into all of the three reasons and the evidence that I have backing my three reasons, I'm going to give you a little background as to how this vaccine came about and how this process has been going. Now, we all know how hard COVID has been. We've all seen people in our lives or just seen people in the world lose their jobs, lose family members. I mean, millions of people have lost their lives already from COVID around the world. And we now really have the best chance of preventing our lives being lost as well as giving COVID to somebody else. Now, talks of a COVID vaccination began around March 2020, which was also when the stay-at-home orders came about. Now, COVID has been a thing since November of 2019 when it was first noticed in China, but it has greatly increased around the world, especially in the US. And even the president at that time has declared it a global epidemic. And then the World Health Organization in March of 2020, on March 11th, has declared it a worldwide pandemic. Now, at that time, vaccinations weren't really talked about, but the research scientists were beginning to work on it, and it was slowly starting to become a big thing that everybody began to talk about because they realized that wearing masks was not going to be the only thing that could help everybody in this world. And so in July of 2020, they began trials for the COVID vaccination here in Seattle as well as Atlanta, and they got incredible results that people were responding well to the vaccination, that their immune system was reacting well, that they were tolerating the side effects well. And in December of 2020, the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, granted an emergency use release for the Pfizer vaccination at the time and the Moderna vaccination. Now, this was a great sign because it allowed people to get access to this vaccination because, like I said, it will decrease the chances of getting COVID. It will decrease the chances of giving COVID to somebody else, and it will help protect people's jobs as it is now slowly starting to become a requirement for certain jobs. Now that you know kind of the gist of it and as to what my argument is, my first reason and the evidence I have backing that reason is that vaccinations will help protect your immune system from catching the virus. Now, this has been tested from the University of Missouri, where they stated that after vaccination, your body starts to build up antibodies to the COVID variant. This was first tested during the trials back in summer of 2020, and this was stated by the CDC and the World Health Organization. And then this University of Missouri statement actually came from 2021. So it is very much showing that it is working. It even states that more than 70% of the vaccine is effective. And so this is great evidence that it is working and that the most insane, effects of it have really been just fatigue and a fever that lasts between 1 to 2 days and does not cause terminal illness. It also states that women who are pregnant can decrease their chances of passing the virus down to their kid if they had COVID because of the vaccine, and this is a great sign. Next, the vaccine can help us from spreading COVID to somebody else because the CDC states that data from multiple studies in different countries suggest that people who are vaccinated with the Pfizer, and this was before the Moderna one was sent out to the world, will help lower viral load than unvaccinated people. This observation may indicate reduced transmissibility. This means that those who are vaccinated have a greater chance of not passing the COVID virus down to someone else versus those who were not vaccinated. So those who are unvaccinated are really putting other people at risk, even with masks on, because they do not have that tolerance in their immune system that comes from the vaccine. Last but not least, the vaccine is slowly starting to become a requirement for all jobs and possible termination. Now, this is something huge that happened in 2020. President Joe Biden stated in the middle of this year, I think about March, he stated that those who are federal employees are required to get the vaccine. Governor Jay Inslee, Washington State Governor, stated that state employees, healthcare workers, and long-term care workers are required to get the vaccine. And even today, on August 11th, California Governor Newsom declared that all teachers and all school staff are required to get the vaccine or need to regularly be tested constantly throughout the next year. Now, all of this comes from knowing the fact that life is slowly starting to open up, but with the Delta variant going on, that it is still a huge thing, and that we still have to monitor it, and that these vaccines are truly our best shot of decreasing the risks. And so it makes me very proud to see that they are taking control and showing that, hey, you need to get vaccinated, or there is a possible penalty for not getting vaccinated. Now that you've seen all my 3 points and that they have all been explained to you, my overview as to what this is and how we can help decrease this by getting the vaccine is that if we all work together, then we can help decrease the risk of getting this getting this virus. The vaccine is truly our best shot because we have to look after other people. This is not something that only we can do for ourselves. This is something that we have to do for other people, for us to get back to normal lives, especially with the Delta variant going on. It is such a huge thing. And in order for us to get this done, we all have to get vaccinated. It has shown that there's no terminal illness, there's no death, that it is decreasing us giving it to other people. It is helping pregnant women, and it is now slowly starting to become a requirement. This is truly the best thing that we could do for ourselves, the best thing that we could really do for other people. And I really hope that you take into consideration how this will absolutely change the course of how the rest of this year will look like, or even 2022. Thank you so much for listening to my speech, and I hope you have a great day.